Good morning and welcome back to another Saturday morning, another prediction show. We are live, but thank you everybody who's joining me on this bright and breezy Saturday morning in South Wales, and welcome to everybody who's watching this on playback as well. You may be watching this in the afternoon, evening on a Sunday, etc. But yeah, welcome in everybody. We've got 6 fixtures to predict for Saturday, 13th of February 2021. I'll just get them up on the screen now. So we have from the Premier League, we've got Crystal Palace coming up against West Brom. In the Championship, we've got Cardiff City against Watford, Middlesbrough against Stoke City, Bournemouth at home against Barnsley, Nottingham Forest against Reading, and finally, the final fixture of this week is Derby coming up against Millwall. So, last week, before we get into this week, it was another disaster of a prediction round. In round, was it 40 or 41? If I just go back to last week, I think I've got to go to results, and it was last Saturday. There we are. We had 2 correct results. No perfect scores at all. We had the Norwich victory over Luton and the Reading victory over Sheffield Wednesday. Right, okay. So let's go back to this week's predictions. And we start off with Crystal Palace against West Brom. We are live. Is anybody in the chat? If you are there, just say hello, and we'll get going with this week's predictions. If you give me a thumbs up, anybody, then I'll know that we're all ready to go. Aha, yes, I can see somebody there now. Right, so we're going to start off with this Crystal Palace versus West Brom fixture. Now, in the Premier League, Crystal Palace find themselves in 13th position currently in the league, winning just one of their previous 6 fixtures. Last time out, they lost heavily against Tottenham 4-1 away from home. Prior to that, they gained 2 draws at Selhurst Park, 0-0 against Fulham and 0-0 against Manchester United. Prior to that, they beat Brighton at Brighton 2-1. Prior to that, they had back-to-back defeats against Burnley at home and Leeds United away. Jasp08, hi, welcome in. I hope you are doing well this morning, wherever you are in the world, and looking forward to another Premier League and Championship round of fixtures today or later today. Crystal Palace, as I just said, 1 win in their last 6. Their opponents, West Brom, second from bottom in the league table. Last time out, drawing 0-0 against Newcastle. Prior to that, they lost at home against Everton 1-0. Prior to that, they beat Brighton, their only victory in these last 6 fixtures. And was that 1-0 victory over Brighton. Prior to that, they had back-to-back draws against Burnley and Manchester United, 0-0 and 1-1 respectively. And prior to that, they lost against Spurs 2-0. So as you can see, in their last 6 fixtures, West Brom have only scored, what have they scored? 2 goals in their last 6 fixtures. So they're not going to be, it doesn't look like they're going to be scoring too many goals this afternoon, West Brom, if any at all. Crystal Palace, in their last 6 fixtures, they've picked up, 2 goals. So, yeah, this is going to be a low-scoring affair. 10-step. Good morning, my friend. Hope you are doing well wherever you are in the country. You a Huddersfield fan, 10-step? I think you are. Preston, I believe you are, aren't you, 10 steps? Yeah, good morning to you as well. So what are we thinking, Guy? We've just submitted our Super 6. Brilliant. So, Super 6 for Crystal Palace versus West Brom. Let's have a look what the Sky community are saying in this one. I'm not sure where they've got, no, that's their last 6 games. Well, 66% of people are going for a Crystal Palace win, 24% are going for a draw, and 11% are going for an away victory to West Brom. Well, early in the week, I made my predictions for this fixture in my Premier League prediction show, and I went for a 1-0 victory to Crystal Palace. I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to the Eagles in this one. And Harry Doherty, hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome in. Chelsea supporter, aren't you? I think Harry, coming up against Leeds this afternoon. Louis Willard, hey to you as well. Louis, hope you're doing well. Louis is looking at the amount of goals in this fixture by the looks of it, and he is going for a 0-0 draw. So Louis, hope you're doing well. Looking forward, as always, to counting up your scores and Harry's and 10-step in the Premier League predictions after the round of fixtures have been predicted. But I've gone for a Crystal Palace 1, West Bromwich Albion 0 scoreline. Now we're coming up to the biggest game of the day in my eyes. It's Cardiff City against Watford at the Cardiff City Stadium, kicking off at 3 o'clock. Nathan will be live streaming this video in the form of a watch along later on this afternoon, going live about 3 o'clock. But we've got Cardiff against Watford now. Of course, Watford are in second position in the league table as we speak. Actually, they've gone down to third because Brentford, of course, won last night with a victory over Blackburn 1-0. But Watford in fine form, winning 5 of their last 6 fixtures. Victories over Nottingham Forest, Wickham, Blackburn, Derby and Preston has seen them be propelled to on the verge of the automatic promotion places, just out of the promotion places by on goal difference at the moment. But last week, beating Nottingham Forest, and prior to that was a victory over Wickham. Their only defeat in their last 6 fixtures come on the road against the Cherries of Bournemouth. So looks like they've scored in all of their previous 6 fixtures, apart from that defeat against Bournemouth. Not too many goals apart from that away victory against Blackburn where they won 3-2. So even though they've got an array of talent in the squad, they're not smashing teams at the moment. Cardiff, on the other hand, I think that it's something like now 12 games undefeated. Last time out. Rizwan Azevedo, my friend, thank you very much for your super chat donation. Most appreciated. Good morning, my friend. Hope you were doing well wherever you are in the world. But of course, Cardiff last weekend coming away with a 0-0 draw against the Terriers of Huddersfield. Prior to that, they had a victory against Derby County. Prior to that, an away draw against Middlesbrough. Wins against Bournemouth away, Preston at home, and Luton Town away have seen the Bluebirds propel up to 8th position in the league. 2 positions outside the playoff zone. A victory this afternoon over Watford will not see them back into the playoff zone. It will take them to a point behind Barnsley, although Barnsley are playing as well. They're actually away to Bournemouth in a 6th versus 7th clash. But anyway, back to this fixture. Cardiff, I think they beat Watford earlier in the season at Vicarage Road. So I think it's something like 1-0, if I can remember correctly. Both teams in absolutely fine form. So will they cancel each other out in this one? I will reveal my prediction in just a moment. But stats-wise, 30% of people have gone for a Cardiff home victory in this one, 35% have gone for a draw, and 35% have ggone for an away victory. Now, manager Mick McCarthy has just picked up the Managerial Month award. He signed a new contract, so everything's pointing to this curse where as soon as you win that Managerial Month award, your team seems to dip and go on a horrendous run of fixtures, or run of defeats or draws, etc. Hopefully that won't happen here for Cardiff City. Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. Louis has gone for a 2-1 victory to the Bluebirds over the Hornets, and 10-step has gone for a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very difficult match in blustery conditions, I have to say. Don't live too far away from Cardiff, and it's blowing a bit of a gale out there. The sun is shining. Both teams, fine form. I think they will cancel each other out. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline in this one. And Louis, thank you very much. It is appreciated for that kind donation. Please buy Nathan a non-11 degrees t-shirt. Thank you for your continued hard work for our viewers. Louis, you didn't have to do that, but thank you very much for that kind donation. Hope you do well in your predictions this afternoon, be it in the Premier League or in the Soccer 6. But thank you all the same. But we move on now to Middlesbrough against Stoke City. Now, Middlesbrough What can we say? Coming up against Stoke now. What I have heard is Neil Warnock has actually gone and bought a caravan to put in the Middlesbrough car park where the Stoke City players are going to get changed this afternoon. Apparently earlier in the season, Stoke put the Middlesbrough players in some sort of porter cabin or something horrendous, and Warnock was not happy. Let's have a look at where their standings in the league table. I think they're very close to each other, yeah. 9th, Middlesbrough, 9th in the league at the moment on 50 points. Stoke just one place below them on 48 points. So in the last 6 fixtures, Middlesbrough come away with 3 victories and 2 defeats and a draw. Those victories have come at home against Huddersfield and away against Reading and Coventry. Defeats have seen them slip up at home against Bristol City and Swansea City on the road, and the draw was between Warnock's former club Cardiff City and Middlesbrough as well. So sort of topsy-turvy form at the moment. They are at home. Tough one to call, this one. Stoke City, on the other hand, 3 wins and 3 defeats themselves. Beating Wycombe Wanderers last time out, losing against Swansea City at home, losing against Brentford and losing against Barnsley. So these defeats have come against teams at the top end of the table. Yeah, difficult one to predict, this one. Stoke City look like they're very strong at home, but away from home they are having, you know, a bit of a torrid time. So difficult one to predict. I think that there's only going to be 1 goal in this one. It could actually end up in a 0-0 draw as well. So I'm going to ponder on this one for a moment. But where do I see this one going? Difficult one. Let's have a look what the Sky community is saying. 61% of people are going to go for a Middlesbrough win. 28% of people are going for a draw, and 12% are going for a Stoke victory. So let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. Mark Chapman, good morning to you, Mark, or I should say good afternoon now, just going past noon. Mark has gone for a 1-1 draw between these two sides, and Louis has gone for a 2-1 victory to Middlesbrough. And 10-Step has gone for an away victory to Stoke in this one. Yeah, very difficult. Could end up being a draw, but I think there will be a victor at the end of the day. Mind games have been shot. Shots have been fired by Warnock. I think that Middlesbrough are just going to come through this game. I think they are going to come away with victory. It's just going to be the solitary goal. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Middlesbrough over Stoke in this championship fixture. So far, there's only been, 1 goal in the first game, 2 goals in that second game between Cardiff and Watford, and a goal against Middlesbrough. So not many goals at the moment. But the next fixture we've got is Bournemouth coming up against Barnsley. Do you have a Super 6 League, Louis? No, I don't. I think what I'll do is next season, I hope to continue these videos. So what I'm going to do is create a league for this where we can all join in and compete against each other. But there's only, only about 10 matches left now of the season, so I think I will leave that until next season. What we have got though is a league table running in my Premier League predictions video, which you seem to watch every week anyway. But yeah, it's a good suggestion, Louis, and I'll look to do that next season for 2021-2022 season. Mark, missed your first 2 predictions. Well, Mark, I went for a Palace victory over West Brom 1-0. And I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Cardiff and Watford. What are you thinking, Mark? Do you think there's going to be a home win for the Eagles? And do you think Cardiff can take all 3 points against Watford? What are your thoughts there? Anyway, back to the predictions. And we got Bournemouth coming up against Barnsley. Now, Bournemouth, this is a very tricky one. This is Barnsley find themselves just inside the playoff picture, and Bournemouth just outside the playoff picture. There we are. We've got Barnsley in 6th position, going through absolutely rich vein of form. And Bournemouth, even though they had a bit of a stutter a few games ago, they've come back with a couple of victories and a draw as well. Of course, they drew last weekend away against Preston. Prior to that, they gained victory on the road against Bristol City, Ashton Gate, and a victory over high-flying Watford 1-0. Prior to that, they suffered defeat at home against Cardiff City. Prior to that, an away defeat against Queen's Park Rangers, and a home victory against Rotherham. Barnsley, on the other hand, 5 victories in their last 6 matches. A draw last time out at home against Derby, which was, I think that was played on, was that on Wednesday, I believe it was? Yeah, Wednesday evening. Prior to that, they had wins against Birmingham City at home, QPR on the road, Millwall and Stoke both at home, and Bristol City on the road. So, very good form from both of these teams at the moment. We've got Bournemouth at home. If they win, they'll leapfrog Barnsley into the playoff places. Whereas if Barnsley win this one, they're going to pull themselves about 5-6 points clear of Bournemouth in 7th position. So this is a very important. Sorry, something. I'm not sure if a TV just turned itself on there, but anyway, we. As I say, very important fixture this one. The biggest match in the Championship, I have to say, this afternoon. Let's have a look at what the Sky community is saying. So 58% of people are going for a Bournemouth victory. 25% of people are going for a draw. And 18% are going for an away victory to Barnsley. You guys are 787B. Hi to you, BB. Hello, BBR. I noticed you've changed your icon or your emoji. Being a Southampton fan, where am I on the Premier League table? I think you're just inside the top 50 at the moment, but maybe we'll have a quick look at that at the end of this video. Louis is asking, Harry Doherty has gone for a 2-0 victory to Bournemouth in this very important fixture in the Championship. Louis saying, what do you think the score will be tomorrow? I think it'll be a tight with us going 1-1, and our 787B has gone for a 2-1 home victory to Southampton. I believe that's what you're saying, or a 2-1 victory to Bournemouth Saints. 10 Step has gone for a 1-1 draw in this fixture, and Louis has gone for a 1-1 draw as well. I think this is going to be very tight, but I think being the home side, being at home, such an important fixture for Bournemouth and their I was going to say relegation and their promotion hopes. I'm going to go for a Bournemouth victory in this one. I'm going to go for a very narrow 2-1 scoreline. Ferris77, hello my friend, welcome in all the way from the Czech Republic. Yeah, was it Slavia Prague against Rangers? I think they drew their first leg, didn't they? There, so it was that. It was 1-1, wasn't it, Ferris? Correct me if I'm wrong in that, but hope you're doing well this afternoon all the same. But we'll move now on to the 5th fixture. On this Saturday afternoon, we've got Nottingham Forest coming up against Reading. Now, Nottingham Forest find themselves in 17th position. After having a bit of a resurgence in the league, they find themselves with a victory in 3 matches. Last time they lost away against Watford. Prior to that, they lost disappointingly, you'd have to say, at home against the Hatters of Luton Town. Prior to that, they drew that Midlands derby against Derby County. And prior to that, they beat Rotherham away, a victory over Blackburn Rovers at home, and they suffered defeat on the road against the Jacks of Swansea City. Reading, on the other hand, find themselves in 5th position, winning 4 of their last 6 matches. They've actually won 3 matches on the bounce now against Sheffield Wednesday, Blackburn and Rotherham. All these teams, of course, in the lower half of the league. Prior to that, they did lose against Wycombe Wanderers. Who loses against Wycombe Wanderers? Well, 5 teams have lost against Wycombe this season. Prior to that, they lost against Middlesbrough at home, and prior to that, they beat Bristol City on the road. So another difficult match to predict this one. Are Forest going to bounce back, or are Reading going to continue their fine form? Yeah, difficult one to predict this one. Let's have a look what the Sky community is saying. Yeah, 18% rather, are going for a Nottingham Forest victory. 19% are going for a draw, and 64% are going for a Reading win in this one. What did you miss, Ferris? Well, you've missed 4 predictions so far. You've missed the Crystal Palace versus West Brom, the Cardiff City versus Watford prediction, Middlesbrough versus Stoke, and the Preston North End fixture against AFC Bournemouth. Tell me what you think those scorelines are going to be in the chat. Mark Chapman's gone for a 2-0 away victory to Reading, confident that the Royals will go away to Forest and gain a victory. Bournemouth Barnsley game, yeah. 10 Step has gone for a 2-0 away victory to Reading. What's your total season points for Super 6? I'm on 304. I will check in just a moment, Louis. I after we finish the fixtures, but I will check in a moment. Ferris 77, you missed 4 games in total. He did indeed, R787B. The Dugout Football Channel has gone for a 1-0 victory to West Brom. Doug, welcome in. I'm not sure if you were on a break in work or you are now at home and looking forward to an absolute feast of football on this Saturday afternoon. Cardiff, you've gone for a 2-1 victory to Watford. I'm not as confident as you as seeing the Bluebirds overcome the Hornets, but hopefully we will see a victory for the home team. Yeah, 1-1 draw with Sarvia versus Rangers. Our goalkeeper, Andrev Koloff, did big mistake in the first half. He did indeed, Ferris, but good to get a 1-1 draw all the same. So what are we thinking, guys, for this Forest versus Reading match? Ferris 77 has gone for a Forest 2-1 victory. Difficult one. Reading, fine form. Nottingham Forest being defeated in their last 2 matches. No wins in their last 3. Doug, you finished for the day. Congratulations. Relax for the afternoon. Enjoy the football. I know you'll be watching it in some capacity. Maybe taking the dogs out for the walk as well at some point. But in this one, I'm going to have to go for a draw. I can't decide who's going to win this one. So I'm going to go for my second draw of the afternoon. I'm going for Nottingham Forest 1, a Reading 1. And Doug has gone for a 2-0 away victory to Reading in this one. Swansea beaten Luton already. 3-0. Are you joking? That has put a dampener on my weekend already with Swansea beating Luton. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I thought Luton would have got something out of that because Luton are at home in this fixture, aren't they? Louis Willard has gone for a 2-1 away victory to Reading in the Forest Reading fixture. Next week it's Bournemouth versus Southampton in the FA Cup Derby quarter-final. It is indeed massive match for those 2 South Coast clubs. But moving on to the final fixture of the afternoon, we have got Derby County coming up against Millwall. Now let's have a look at how Derby are getting on in the league. They currently find themselves in 18th position. Last time out, they had a good, creditable draw against an informed Barnsley side. Prior to that, they suffered defeat on the road twice against Coventry and Cardiff City, respectively. Prior to that, they gained that 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest. Prior to that, they beat Huddersfield at home. Prior to that, they lost away to the Hornets in Watford 2-1. So only 1 victory in their last 6 fixtures. When I watched them against Cardiff, they trying to play out the back. Cardiff with the high press found them out each and every time and didn't look good at all. Although losing against Cardiff, then drawing away against Barnsley. This league is all over the place. Such an exciting league. Millwall find themselves currently in 11th position. Only 2 victories in those last 6 matches, which was victories against Preston and Birmingham at home. On the road, though, they've lost against Barnsley. They've drawn against Luton. They've also drawn at home against Wycombe Wanderers, and they've also beaten Preston at home. So it looks like Millwall are a lot stronger at home than they are on the road. Let's have a look when their last victory actually was away from home. Let's drill down a little bit into Millwall's form. So the last time Millwall won on the road was actually against Reading, who were also in the Soccer 6 this afternoon. Prior to that, they beat Huddersfield on the road as well in the Championship on the 20th of January. So another very difficult one to predict. Let's have a look what the Sky community are predicting for this Derby Millwall match. This could end up in a draw, guys. So 56% are going for a Derby win, 26% are going for a draw, and 18% are going for a Millwall away win. Ferris 77 has gone for a 1-0 away victory to Millwall. I got 9 points last Premier League predictions. You did indeed, R787B. Well done on that one. 10 Step has gone for a 0-0 draw in this one. Let's have a quick... And Mark Chapman's gone for a 1-1 draw as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, Millwall on the road, not the best. Who did they lost against Luton, drew against Luton on the road, lost against Barnsley. Let's just go back into those Millwall scores again. Drawn against Luton. See, they beat Reading on the road, beaten Huddersfield on the road, beaten Bristol City on the road. A lot of draws there. This is going to go either way. Louis Willard has gone for an away victory to Millwall. Yeah, I don't think Middlesbrough. What am I on about? I don't think Derby are going to take all 3 points in this one. Particularly, this could end up in a draw. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Louis in this one. I've got a feeling that Millwall are going to take all 3 points, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory. I think that is my only away win in this Soccer 6, and our 787B has gone for a 0-0 draw. So that concludes my predictions for this Saturday Super Soccer 6. I'll just go through them again with you. So, gone for Crystal Palace to beat West Brom 1-0. Cardiff to draw at home against Watford 1-1. Middlesbrough to beat Stoke 1-0. AFC Bournemouth to beat Barnsley 2-1. Nottingham Forest to draw at home against Reading. And finally, we've gone for a Millwall away victory over Derby County. Now, as we always predict as well at the end, we go for the golden goal prediction. Now, as we've already seen, been told in the chat that Swansea are actually 1-0 up against the Hatters of Luton Town 1-0. That was a goal in the 3rd minute. So there is going to be an early goal at some point. I'm not sure where. Possibly 4th or 5th. I'm going to actually go for a 5th minute golden goal. What are you guys thinking? When do you think the first goal is going to happen in these 6 fixtures? So look what you guys are saying in the chat. Bluebird, who would you support in each league? I only support one team, and that is Cardiff City. I don't support any other team. I've got soft spots for the likes of Real Madrid. Who in Italy do I like? I like Napoli in Italy. Germany. I love the way that Bayern Munich play the game of football. In Wales, I support the likes of Dinas Powys in the Welsh League, and I've got like Barry Town as well. But in Scotland, don't really have a team. Like watching Rangers, like watching Celtic, you could say as well. And actually, Hibernian. I do quite like Hibernian and Hearts as well. But yeah, what am I saying? I only really support one team, and that is Cardiff City at the end of the day. Don't forget my comment above, Mark. Get Nathan to start predicting Swansea to win, and they will start to lose or draw like Man United. Indeed, Mark. Yeah, I know he's been predicting Manchester United. I think he's predicting them to draw this weekend, Mark. Yeah, I'll get him to start predicting Swansea victories. We want the Jacks to lose. We don't want them in the playoff picture. I would hate for Cardiff to come up against Swansea in the playoffs. Oh dear me, I would have to hide behind the settee if we're not allowed in the stadium for that one. What about the Premier League? I don't actually follow or support any team in the Premier League. I like a lot of teams. Like last year, Liverpool were fantastic. This year, you've got to say Manchester City are playing for some phenomenal stuff. Tottenham, I do like the way Tottenham attack with their free attackers in Bale, Kane and Son. I think they're very exciting, but I don't actually support any particular team in the Premier League. Mark Chapman, are you the real Mark Chapman that does the Football League and used to work at the airport? Mark Chapman's gone for 6 minutes for the golden goal. 10 Step have gone for 8. Louis has gone for 8 as well. Our 787B have gone for 7 minutes. So I think let me submit these predictions before I have a look at how many points I've got and answer Louis' question. I'm not going to claim that offer, but if I were to put £10 on these fixtures this afternoon, I'd come away with £3,207. If I were to put £5 on these fixtures, it would come back as £1,603.85. And if I was to put a solitary £2 on this, it would come back as £641.54. Nathan's got a soft spot for Man United. He may have a soft spot for Man United, but I don't think he's got a soft spot for the manager. Not after what he did at Cardiff, anyway. Mark. Let's go back anyway and have a look at my leaderboard and results. Just to see how we're getting on, because I think you're saying you got. There we are, Louis. For the season, I've got 138 points for the season, 49 results correct and 8 perfect scores. I think that's how it works. There we go. That's for the round of 41, isn't it? That's coming up. Yeah, that's coming up next time. But this is what we're looking at last week. Actually, that round of 41 was midweek. Of course it was. But that is how it is looking all the same. I think somebody else asked in the chat where they were in the league. I'll bring that up on the screen now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this. If I just go back to there to show you my... If I just get the spreadsheet up, I think it's R787B was asking. And let's see if I can get this up on the screen somehow. I'm not sure I'll be able to. Let's put down. Please look at the Premier League table. I will in a moment, yeah. Right, here we go. Let me get the Premier League table up for you there as well. Let me get it up. There's the Championship. And there is the Premier League table. But, as I was saying, R787B, I will find where you are in the predictions. And Louis Wellard donated 5. Louis, thank you so much again, I believe. For that might have been a donation earlier, or it might have been another £5. All the same, I thank you. Thank you very much for your kindness. I really do appreciate it. And any funds that we do receive do go straight back into the channel to improve the videos and live streams. I'm going to watch first 77. I'm going to watch Chelsea match by and have a nice weekend. They are, of course, playing Leeds this afternoon. Hopefully, Chelsea will win that one. I watch a YouTube channel called The Chapman Family. Let things go, Nathan. Time to forgive Ollie. Yes, it is indeed. Please look at the Premier League table. Yeah, there we go. Right, anyway, R787B. Let's have a look where you are. R787B. I think your name is Richie, isn't it? R787B. You're currently in 45th position in the league table. You've played 21 games. You had 7 points last weekend, 13 perfect scores overall, and 123 points all together. Do you think Southampton can stay up? Yes, I do, R787B. I think Newcastle are looking precarious in that table. Fulham win this afternoon. Or this weekend, can't see them beating Manchester City, but I think Newcastle are looking very vulnerable. I think Brighton will survive, but I think West Brom, Sheffield United and Newcastle will end up going to the Championship at the end of the season. Right, anyway, let's have a look where Mark Chapman is in the table as Mark is in the chat. Let's have a look. Mark Chapman is, I think you're in the top 20, Mark. Let's have a look. Where are you? We can get this up now. Mark is... Actually, you're not in the top 20, Mark. You are in 30th position. You played 25 games. You had 7 points last week. You've got 18 perfect scores overall, and you're on 156 points overall. You are 10 points behind 20th position. How would you join your Super 6 league? Aloji, I haven't actually got a league going, but I've got a Premier League predictions league. So, Aloji, if you head over to my channel after you finish watching this video, then just submit your predictions each and every week, and I automatically enter you into my Premier League predictions. Louis, and me, please. Louis, let's have a look where you are. You are doing very well, Louis. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. Anyway, let's get rid of this, and let's get up. Whether this is going to work or not, I don't know. New scene. I don't think it's going to work somehow. No, it isn't. Anyway, Louis, you are currently... If I put my ugly mug on there. Right, Louis, you are currently in 8th position in the league. You've played 27. You've played every single week. So that is fantastic going. Plenty of stamina and endurance. You've had 10 points last week, Louis. 29 perfect scores, which I think is second highest in the whole of the league table, where we've got over 200 people playing. And you've got 181 points overall. Mahmoud Conte is currently on 194 points in the lead. So you are, what are you, 13 points behind top spot? Yeah, so Louis, you are in 8th position in the league overall. Your first answer was better. Remind me of the question mark. Not sure. R787B, yeah, I think I said 52nd, did I say? R787B? You are in, no, you're up to 45th. I think you were 50th last week, Richie, if I can call you Richie, or R787B. But you've actually moved up the table up to 45th position now. I'll give you the top 10. So in first position, we've got Mahmoud Conte on 194 points. Myself, I'm on 190 points in second position. Then comes David Redgriff in third. Screenboy8 comes in fourth. George COY comes in fifth. Francis Bellardi comes in sixth. Seventh is the Dugout Football Channel. Eighth is Louis Willard. Ninth is Football Chat. And 10th is Beckham Dominic. Up the Saints. Flame. Louis, yeah, well done for being in 8th position, Louis. But I think I'm going to have to leave it here. I'm going to go and watch that. You said I was in the top 20, Mark. Yeah, it was. I thought you were in the top 20, Mark, but no, you were just outside the top 20. You are in 30th position, but you are only 10 points outside the top 20. But there we are. Louis Willard, nice job to you. Yeah, enjoy your Saturday all the same. So I'm going to leave it there for another live stream. And if you are watching this on playback, then thank you for watching all the same. R787B, my name is Richie, but I changed it to R787 in my YouTube. You are Richie Wheeldon, I think you are known as R787B. But yeah, congratulations all the same on that. Yeah, I am going to leave it here. Thank you for joining me once again on this Saturday lunchtime. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you all enjoy the football over the weekend. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. But you may actually see me and Nathan's live stream this afternoon at 3 o'clock for that Cardiff City versus Watford fixture. But for now, I'm going to bid you all for you. Marathon, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Mark, 36 games, remember. Or was it 38? 38 games in the Premier League season. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, thanks for watching. I bid you farewell, and I'll see you all in the next video and live stream. Cheers, guys.